Experience the beauty of China with joy in China. Hello everyone, I'm Jessica Davis, your broadcasting host. Fall is not only a season of harvest, but also a perfect season for traveling. The sky is clear and the air is fresh, and it is neither hot nor cold, so the weather is perfect for traveling. This time, I was the host in the field, and I went to Huzhou City within Changxing County in Zhejiang Province. Though Changxing is just a county of China, the tourist attractions are plentiful. They have the romantic 10-mile Gingko corridor and the vast, mist-covered Taihu Lake. Further, you can taste the fresh crabs as well as enjoy special tea. You can also experience the thrill of coming in close contact with some fearsome animals. Here in Changxing, you can see all of the fall season's amazing sceneries and delicious foods. Come on, let's go together and experience Changxing in the fall.
Changxing is in the southeast coastal region in Zhejiang Province. More specifically, it is located at the junction of Zhejiang, Jiangsu, and Anhui provinces. It has a reputation of being called the land of milk and honey and the prosperous county in southeast area because of the adjoining Taihu Lake. Now, it ranks among the top 100 competitive counties in China. Transportation in Changxing is convenient. It takes less than 2 hours from Changxing to Shanghai, Hangzhou, or Nanjing.
This morning I'm in beautiful Changxing. It's a blustery fall day here. This city is springing to life with fall colors. This morning, I want to eat the special noodle, Gantiaomian. This noodle is famous in this region, so I have to eat some before I go see the famous sights here. I'm gonna go.
Noodles are the preferred dish for people in northern China, but Changxing is located in the south of the Yangtze River. Despite this, the best seller of the breakfast shops in Changxing is actually a kind of noodle called Gantiaomian. Just from its name, we can tell that we need to dry it and then mix them together. The chef puts the noodles in boiling water for about 2 minutes and then picks them quickly up and drains the water. Next, he adds some soy sauce and lard and then stirs the noodles with chopsticks when it is hot so that the noodles can have a better look and a fragrant flavor. There you go. Here is a bowl of enticing Gantiaomian.
I ordered this special seafood. I think it must be special here, but I haven't tried it before. It's good. It doesn't taste very fishy at all. I think it adds a lot of flavor. At first I thought it was a mushroom, but it looks like it's a very special seafood. Good. And the noodles, so long and so thick. I think it is delicious to eat on a fall day.
There are many different flavors you can add to the noodles. I was able to enjoy the noodles with sliced eels, but you can also add beef, stewed meat, and many other ingredients. Gantiaomian is not only delicious, but it is also cheap, and it is not likely that you ever get bored with it. That's why now it has become the most popular breakfast in Changxing. After having this tasty Gantiaomian, my trip of Changxing will officially begin. So where will my first stop be?
Gingko, a fruit known for its medicinal purposes and one of the top-selling herbs in the United States, originates here in Changxing in the Gingko corridor. Today, I can see in the morning sunlight the leaves are shining and bright on this fall day. I'm here to find out exactly what makes Gingko special.
Changxing is also called the hometown of Gingko in China. In Baduka village of Xiaopu town in Changxing County, there is a Gingko corridor which has a length of 12 miles. In China, there is an old saying, even though you have seen all of the sceneries of China, it is rare to see the Gingko forest like this. Chinese people think that the Gingko tree is the holy tree or feng shui tree. Generally, some of them stand scattered in front or back of people's houses, but here, the ancient ginkgos grow as a forest, which is rare to see in today's world.
那我讲起我们银杏的历史呢，它呢就是可以追溯到2亿7千多年前，地球上呢便有了银杏树。当时呢，我们中科院化石专家呢来长兴考察呢，拿2亿7千多年前的银杏呢，拿来呢同现在的银杏树呢做比较，发现呢竟毫无差异。这说明呢，在2亿7千多年前呢，地球上呢便有了银杏树了。
Wow, what an old history and how old it is. I feel like you've told me that there's many types of ginkgos that used to be in existence, but now this is the only surviving one. So we can see that this is not only the oldest, but the best one.
Here, there are 3,086 ginkgos, which are over 100 years old. It is the acclaimed ginkgo origin base in the world. The 10-mile Gingko corridor offers many beautiful types of scenery, but at the same time, the fruits and leaves of the ginkgos are also considered as treasures. Look under the ginkgos, someone is barbecuing.
Today we found this very special snack on the side of the road. They're roasting the ginkgo fruit. So can you show me how to roast it?
这个银杏呢，把它串割了之后呢，就这么放在这个炉上，然后就这么来回的这么翻滚就 OK 了。
Okay.
等它熟了，一股香味飘到鼻子里面就 OK 了。
Seems pretty simple, but I hope it's delicious. So now that we've roasted the ginkgo fruit, I want to try it. There's no seasoning on it at all, but it's still delicious. It tastes a little bit like a bean.
The fruit of the ginkgo is also called baiguo or white fruit. In Changxing, the easiest way to cook it is by barbecuing it. Of course, in Changxing there are a variety of cooking methods for the ginkgo fruit. If you want to taste all of the delicious dishes cooked with ginkgos, the easiest way is to enjoy a ginkgo feast.
Today I'm enjoying a delicious meal all made with ginkgo fruit. I have some fried ginkgo with salt and pepper, and then I have ginkgo inside a silver type of mushroom they have in China, and then I have the ginkgo meatball, which includes pork with ginkgo fruit. So all of them today are mixed so that I can enjoy the ginkgo fruit. So first I want to try the very simply made oil with fried ginkgo fruit with salt and pepper. The texture is very chewy. The ginkgo fruit is a little bit like a bean, so it's worth eating extra. Definitely worth eating. The next one, I want to eat the ginkgo meatball. So this meatball is pork, some seasonings, and then the ginkgo fruit. You can see the ginkgo right inside the meatball. And I would finish it all, but I can't wait for the next dish. So this one, let's see. We have the silver-like mushrooms with the ginkgo fruit. I like this one because it's sweet. So I can see the ginkgo fruit can be made in all kinds of ways. This one is sweet, this one is a little salty, and here we have it mixed with meat. It's not just a fruit, it can act as a vegetable, an addition to a dish, or the main dish.
Besides the dishes in front of us, there are so many courses that can be made with ginkgo fruit as a main ingredient. Moreover, ginkgos not only can be made into delicious cuisine, but also a tea which is made of ginkgo is both tasty and healthy.
After eating all of the ginkgo-made food, I got thirsty, so now I'm here to try the special tea, all made of ginkgo. In front of me, we have the powder tea that's made from the fruit powder of ginkgo, and the leaf tea made from the leaves of the ginkgo tree. So I'm going to try both, and I'll see how I like them. First, I want to try the one with the powder. It's smooth and has a milkier flavor to it. And then, of course, the one that looks like usual, typical tea. It's a little sour, almost a little tangy to it. It has a citrus tang to it. And let's see. It's very pleasant and smooth. There's a little bit of a bitter afterbite, but I can see where the tang is very desirable.
左边的这个是银杏茶，银杏茶它是在银杏的树叶上面提出来的，提出来它里面主要含有叫黄酮这个成分。 黄酮这个成分的话呢，它对于人的心血管、脑血管方面，它有保健作用，还能够清理你血管里面的污垢，有软化血管，增强它的抗氧化的性能等等方面的作用，所以它是适合于中老年人饮用的这么一瓶茶。那么右边的呢是宁性果粉，宁性果粉呢，它是从宁性的果实当中提出来的。那么这个主要是相当于我们现在的饮料，但是它比一般的饮料呢也有保健作用。它的保健作用的话呢，主要是适合于我们女士的美容，因为它有抗衰老的功能。
Except for the delicious cuisine and ginkgo tea, the ginkgo fruits can also be made into medicinal materials. Further, the ginkgo tree's wood is infamous for being strong and can be used to make durable furniture. For these reasons, all parts of the ginkgo plant are treasures.
On the first stop in Changxing, I found the delicious Gantiaomian and the unique Gingko feast, as well as some Gingko tea, which is tasty and good at keeping you young and beautiful. Such a good harvest today. If you remember, at the beginning of today's show, we mentioned that Changxing is next to Taihu Lake, and lucky for us, fall is the best time of the year because the large crabs and fatty fish. Without visiting Taihu Lake, you definitely cannot say that you've seen the real Changxing. Now I'm standing on the banks of the Taihu River in Changxing. They have a saying here, Taihu Wangshen Jingshou Changxing, which means that this lake is what makes Changxing prosperous. It's like a gift from God. I'm here to enjoy the charming Taihu Lake because I want to experience exactly why the local people are proud.
Taihu Lake, the third biggest fresh lake in China, covers an area of over 2,300 square kilometers. With the elegant sights and abundant natural resources, the entire region of Taihu Lake is called the fertile land of milk and honey. Boating on the lake in the fall, we can see the sunlight sprinkling over the water. The water is shining, the breeze is blowing, and the reeds are fluttering. The beautiful panoramic scenery of Taihu Lake can be seen at every moment.
At Taihu Lake, this serene boat ride that I'm on right now can be enjoyed by all of the tourists. The lake is perfect. It's so serene and calm, and I can see all the varieties of trees and reeds surrounding the lake. I can see the mountains in the background, and the perfect amount of sun that we have here today just makes this a splendid joy. Today, I'm so excited to be able to be on this serene boat ride and enjoy the fresh air that's here.
The greatness of Taihu Lake is not only because of the graceful sights. What is more important is that it offers an abundance of natural resources for the people living around it. People like to note that Taihu is 800 miles long with countless fish and shrimp. Upriver from Taihu, there is a beautiful scenic spot called Xian Shanhu, or Fairy Mountain and Lake. If boating on Taihu didn't satisfy you, you can go on a boating trip here. Especially, what is called the water forest will give you a distinctive view.
So what makes this lake so mysterious is behind me you can see the water forest. And they call this the water forest because when they built this, they built the dam and they filled the lake. It was land before. When they built this, they filled it with water and most of the trees died except for willows. They survived. Most of these trees are about 40 to 50 years old and they've all survived growing under the water. Now they've tried to grow more trees under the water, but it just doesn't work. Only these have been the resilient trees that keep growing until today. Many people may know that pandas are the Chinese national treasure, but really alligators have more than 2 billion years of history, so they are the living fossils. Today I get to go to see the alligators that are preserved here. Let's go.
Alligators are a kind of precious freshwater crocodile, specifically in China. It originated in the Mesozoic era and has a history of 230 million years. In Yingjiabian village of Xi'an Town in Changxing, the first Chinese alligator nature reserve is located here. Today, I look forward to having a close encounter with these magnificent alligators.
So these alligators rarely move. I'm so close to it, I feel like I can almost touch it, but I don't think I want to at this point. But they're just like statues. They barely move, but when they do, it's exciting to see. I think these alligators are just soaking up the sun right now. A couple of them look just like stone.
The best time to visit alligators is in June, July, August, and September. But I'm here at a time which is approaching winter, and the alligators are in their semi-hibernation. Now, most of them are hiding in holes, although some of them are enjoying sunbathing.
我们这里有大大小小4000多条。我们主要是说在那个吃食旺季的时候繁殖我们有一个普通的那个营养补充，就放一些牛肉啊什么东西。大部分的时间就是靠它自己去捕食。就我们每年的冬季就是把这个池塘里面放养个大批的鱼放进去，放进以后让它们自己去找。
Also, I want to know, would I be able to touch one or feed one?
如果是我来的话，我能去喂食它们，或者是可以摸它们吗？
不可以，不可以，这个东西不可以。为什么呢？因为我们是在那个野生状态下的饲养，它有一定的凶性。
Though the keeper refused my request of making physical contact with the alligators, in order to see them at short range, I've decided to take a risk and boat on the pools where the alligators are hiding. My goodness, is it dangerous?
I'm on a boat because I want to get a closer look at these alligators. Most of them are hiding in the tall grasses here, and I've been able to see them, but they generally get a little bit spooked by the boat, and so they rush into the water very quickly. But you can see them hiding in the tall grasses. Being on this boat is great. I don't want to take my hand outside of this vehicle because I don't want to become the lunch for some hungry alligator. But this is a very exciting thing for me to experience. Changxing is not only the hometown of Gingko, but is also the hometown of tea culture in China. This is the Tea Academy behind me. It's one of the first of its kind and was in the Tang Dynasty, was built to serve tea to the emperor. So what kind of tea did the emperor like to drink? That's what I'm here to find out. Let's go.
Tea is one of the most representative symbols of China, and Guju Mountain in Changxing is an important birthplace of Chinese tea culture. In 770 AD, the first specialized tea factory, which produced tea for the royal court in Chinese history, the Tang Tribute Tea Institution, appeared. Since the Tang, Song, Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasties, it has been the tea factory for the royal court for over 800 years. And what's more, Lu Yu, or the Sage of Tea, researched tea and compiled the first tea monograph, the Book of Tea, here. Hence, the Tang Tribute Tea Institution has become the world's tea culture connoisseurs' holy place.
Behind me is a statue of Lu Yu, the man who wrote the tea classic, which is still considered a Bible of tea today. Therefore, he is called the essence of tea. This man wrote the book in the middle of the Tang Dynasty. The book showed the history of tea up until the middle of Tang Dynasty, and then it gave his own personal recommendations of tea and how to grow the tea. He wrote this book here in this place, so it is very special to the culture here. This book was considered a Bible of tea all the way up through the ages by many of the emperors. Therefore, it is still considered a classic today.
The reason why the Tang Tribute Tea Institution could be the tea factory for the royal court is that Changxing is teeming with tea. In Changxing, there is a famous way of presenting tea called Dao Cha, or the 3 courses of tea. I'm sitting here looking at the 3 special teas of this place. It's called Dao Cha, and it means you have to have sweet, salty, and finally the purple bamboo shoot tea, which is famous here. If you treat guests in this area, this is expected to have this kind of tea service, having the sweet tea, salty tea, and finally the special purple bamboo shoot tea. So today I'm going to see exactly how it's made. Can you help? The first course of Dao Cha is Feng Xiao tea, and it is called rice crust. The material is the selected Taihu rice. Being made by hand and with a faint scent, the texture is smooth. This is a nutritious food for new mothers. The second course is Shundo tea, and it is mainly baked with crunchy beans, sliced carrots, and tea leaves. It contains amino acids and carotene, and mainly other kinds of vitamins which have many functions like quenching thirst, coating the intestine lining, and warming the stomach. The third course is Qingcha, which is the popular green tea in Changxing, Zicun tea, or bamboo shoot tea. Changxing bamboo shoot tea comes from Guzhou Mountain area in Shuikou village of Changxing. It is senior in the fine quality tribute tea, and it is praised as the first-class tea by Lu Yu. So these 3 teas, as everything in China, has a special meaning. The first, which is the pop rice and sugar, can be eaten completely. It's sweet and representative of the happy times in life, the good wishes that people have for you. The salty tea, containing carrots and beans, which you can eat, represents the spice of life. Salt adds flavor to everything. And last, we have the purple bamboo shoot tea. With its subtle flavor, it can cleanse the palate of both of these feelings, making you feel content and calm. China is the hometown of tea. In China, tea is not only a kind of beverage, it is also a carrier of culture. In ancient times, royalty, high officials, and noble lords often held a tea feast in the palace and their other mansions. So tasting tea is endowed with a special meaning. Now I am sitting here in the Tang-style clothing, just like a Tang lady of old times. I think it's very beautiful. I just wish I could wear it every day. But I'm going to try the tea ceremony myself. I hear it only takes 1 day to learn, but I only have not a whole day, just a few minutes. So let's see if I can do just 1 step. I feel like a real Tang lady, even though I'm sure I look clumsy to the real professionals. I wonder how hard I should press. Not really sure, but I guess I have to mash the tea either way. Looking ladylike while doing something like this. So now I'm going to filter out all of the tea. And you know, I feel like this step seems easy, but there are actually many different ways to do this. I'm sure I look very clumsy. Oh my gosh. To the people who are the professionals. Well, it seems like it's only 1 day to learn. All right. I'm filtering the tea to get any clumps that I missed.
out. I'm going to open the turtle first to put the tea inside. I have the drawer that all of the tea powder fell into. And then I'm going to pour the tea into the turtle. I would offend the emperor if I was in the Tang Dynasty. Now I have the tea. I'm going to stir the tea a little bit, carefully not touching the sides, and then putting some tea in very carefully. Now to pour the tea, the most delicate process. Not really sure how much tea to get, but holding my sleeve. Here you go. So now that I have done this, I can see that it's harder to be a Tang lady than I thought. I think all of the tools that are used are so delicate, doing delicate, graceful motions very slowly. It's just like one of my favorite Chinese shows called The Legend of Zhenhuan. It reminds me of the same thing. Today I got to experience this. I hope you can come here too to try it.